And our last piece about the things that really need to change in our space is about uplifting people and business. And this is about being able to provide elevated, blueprinted leadership development inside of your business from hire to retire. And the way that we think about it is three ways. So how do you provide this value? And for us, it's about three easy words to say: reframe, retool, and reroute. When we talk about uplifting people in business and reframing, retooling, and rerouting, reframing is about challenging yourself to start to think about reframing how you think about leadership development. And the best way for you to do that is to start ensuring that you are combining both growth of the leader and growth of the business, and to understand those models that are actually starting to correlate the two, because we believe that you can grow both at the same time. They are inextricably linked. They are part of a chain, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're inextricably linked, and they push on each other. And there's a absolute symbiotic relationship between the two. You have to do one to get the other. You have to push on the other to get the one. And I think that, to me, you talk about reframe. I think that, to me, what's also incredibly important as we think about reframe, I think, Reg, we've talked about this as Team Rejuvi, right? But one of the things that we are very, very clear about is that if you think of the premise, and what we're pushing on here is let's have the side B conversations, right? Let's push ourselves for more accountability. We also take the point of view that in the reframe world, we're actually putting our mouths where our money is, right? Or our money where our mouths are. I don't know which way that goes, but either ways, the point is that we want to show up with a framework to do that, to say, how is one connected to the other? So we're not just simply saying reframe. We actually have a way to say, how are they connected? And how does one then push on the other in very, very clear, measurable ways? So anyways, I just wanted to kind of, that comes to mind as well as we think of reframe.
Well, and that, to me, that pushes us into retool, right? What's the second way that you can provide value to a business? And it's retooling. And it's about making it about a platform that can actually build leadership, because we have to help organizations. They're not just, they may be stuck inside of this product mentality. They may be stuck in a product mentality, but if those who are trying to help them, if the vendors that are trying to support them don't make a retooled platform available to them, they're also stuck inside of this process where they're buying a product and trying to pull all the pieces and parts together. So it's not just about, reframing leadership and combining the growth of the leader with growth of the business. It's also about retooling and making a platform available to businesses so that they can do this and do it affordably, and do it quickly, so that they can meet their business objectives. And the third thing about value, this whole piece of uplifting people in business, is about rerouting. And for me, rerouting is something that you have taught me so much about, Vid, in the 7 or 8 years that we have since we've met. And it is about making things quick to insight for people and helping them to not only understand the whole really quickly. For example, this is what excellence actually looks like when I run my business as a team leader, or when I run my business as a service leader. It is also helping them to understand those, quickly zeroing in on those parts and pieces that go, okay, that's a leverage point right there. Now tell me how to move forward differently than I have in the past, right? It's quick to insight capability.
Absolutely. And it's also, it's quick to insight capability, and the whole latency between when you know the information and when you act on it.
Mhm.
And that's the whole idea here, is that just shorten that gap, make it, make it shorter and shorter, and more efficient and effective. So question is, do we, in this whole kind of, reroute conversation, is do we dump our leaders with like, just many things or several things, which not all of them are relevant to driving their business, right? An org, or do we give them the things that really matter in their context? And so that's the piece as well. It's like, it's like just giving them that information quick to insight, but also giving them the things that they really should be caring about.
That's right.
And then helping them kind of, navigate that piece. Yeah.
Yeah. Reframing, retooling, and rerouting are just this fundamental way to start to think about how you can provide value differently. And you can provide value differently connected to, you can take a look at, and you can shift your mindsets in the space, the things that have kind of put us in this spin cycle over the past decades, really, that start to influence our community, right? The leadership development, making leaders better, making businesses better, so that we're not stuck with this tag called, industry that has not performed for our people. It has not performed for our leaders, and it has not performed for our businesses. But there is a way to do that.